What's going on, guys and girls? I'm Nick. Today we're at the Sammy Miller Museum in the UK, and it's wait till you see it. It's a fantastic place. You know what? Here's Sammy right here, so let's go say hi.
Right, welcome then, Nick. This is my little hobby gone mad. So we've been here for about coming up 30 years. So this is hobby, totally out of control hobby. So from ice racers to racers, everything. So all my boyhood dreams. There are not many people who can relive their boyhood dreams, but I'm lucky, very lucky. You know the moonshine.
Ah, love them.
This is the German section.
German section.
And the early Japanese section, which is very popular. These are all NSUs, Horace, Maikos, Hoffman, and that's quite interesting there. There's no gears in the gearbox, it's chains.
Chains. Chain driving.
So
Does it?
the Rickman factory was, you could see the Rickman factory from that entrance. There was just
Oh,
half
yeah.
a mile down the road.
Yep, I see that
So that's
building.
a Rickman signed in Derrick and Dawn. Dawn still lives about a mile away.
Oh, really?
He's pretty crook, but he still comes up quite often. And that's the American Rickman.
Yep.
When they put the Zundap in it.
You know what's a shame?
Yeah?
You know what the shame is? In America, you can buy these for nothing.
I know. Same as in
Nothing.
this country.
For nothing.
For nothing, yeah.
Two
Just give 'em away.
grand, two
Yeah.
grand, $1,500
I
bucks.
know. Sure. Right. All right, come in.
What is this? CBR XX. Oh, Blackbird.
Jim's not in
Oh,
today. He's going to
Here's
Goodwood.
the shop where all the magic happens.
You see the little sign on the boat on the beam?
Yeah.
Read
Just
the-
another
read
day
the
in
sign on the
paradise.
beam.
That's right. If you love what you do, you're not working.
Right.
Never work a day in
there
your
you go.
life.
This one here, you've heard of Bowden levers, Bowden cables. Control
Yeah.
levers.
Sure.
1922. Well, they made a couple of, 2 years they made motorcycles. This is a little two-stroke 120cc. We're just refurbishing it. Been gifted to the museum, so
That's a nice,
a bit of history, you know.
nice addition.
Yeah, just got the mud guards on it, all the jumbo
Yeah.
on Saturday. So I've got to put new guards. I'm having a new belt drive made, spun out, which is
Yeah.
quite tricky in England. I don't know what it's like in America. And so we're on that. This is,
In America, you'd have a hard time finding someone to do it.
yes, I'm lucky. So this is a Charles Douglas, again gifted to the museum. That's it there, that's what it'd be like. Pretty useless trials bike, but a bit of trials history.
Yeah, I
You know,
wouldn't think
it'll
it'd be.
it'll
I
go-
wouldn't think it would be a good trials bike.
To have the opposition on them, there weren't opposition.
Yeah.
You want me to run through it again? To have the opposition
Yeah,
on
I
them,
get it.
there weren't opposition.
I get it.
So
Yeah.
I'm just doing the mud guards now when you interrupt me, putting a new set of mud guards on, making up all these. I've just made up
Yep,
these straps,
trusses.
you know,
Yeah.
for that. And then we'll do the mud guards, do the seat, and then we'll strip it apart, do the motor and the.
So you're just mocking it up now.
So you spoke about the near car upstairs.
Yep.
This is a Belgium
Wow.
El Mondiale, right? And it's got the same transmission as you can see. It's multi-speed, really. You know?
Oh, this is. I seen the one that has the tin over it, right?
No, it goes back and forward.
But doesn't it have a tin cover that goes over
Oh,
this?
it's got aluminium cover.
Yeah, yeah, aluminum. Yeah, yeah.
But there you go. That's a fine bit of gear, you know.
Yeah. It was a good design.
And we had it started yesterday, first time in 50.
Oh, really?
60
You
years.
ran it.
Jim got it started.
That's cool.
He sidelined the flywheel ignition system.
Are you gonna leave everything like it is, though?
No,
right?
I'm bloody not.
No?
Bloody rubbish. It's going to be perfect.
Oh,
As it
really?
left the factory.
I don't know, man. I
And-
think you should leave it like
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, yeah.
It's got a really good look to it.
Yes. People say that are lazy.
No,
They are.
no. I just like the history.
Yeah. Have a look at a bit of history here then. Have a look at a bit of history here. We stripped this blue paint off. There's the original
Oh,
collar
wow.
and line.
See? Now, if you could get it all back to that, would you leave it?
No.
No.
No. To, and we find in the museum, rolling wrecks don't attract attention.
See, in America, that's gold.
Yeah, yes.
If you could strip this off and it all looked like that, it's gold.
Yeah.
Especially on Harley Davidsons.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah.
If you can find original paint underneath a paint on a Harley, you're rich.
Yeah, right.
You struck gold.
Yeah. Anyway, that's 1929, Belgium.
It's definitely neat.
I like this little touch here. Do you see the ignition switch?
Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot.
So we're on with that now. When we're doing these bikes up, we start.
I'll start a little folder.
Portfolios on them. That's from the factory.
You guys are pretty organized.
Factory history, all the photographs before. That's your instruction book.
Yeah, it's pretty organized.
That's your instruction. No, we're lazy. We're not organized. We're very lazy. It's like the floor.
Yeah, this place is clean, man.
When you drop something, you can find it.
If you walked in my shop, you would scold me.
Yeah, I'm not lazy enough to be like you.
I like all these.
Yeah, that's NHU Mondial Bultaco.
No, they outlawed dustbins in '57, right?
Yeah, because they're too dangerous. We
57.
lost all
the
our
wind.
friends.
The wind.
Blown off the wind. Blown off the road.
Yeah.
Which I nearly did a few times.
Yeah, I've ridden one once. It was scary when you hit the wind.
Oh, it's just frightening.
Frightening.
Yeah.
The whole bike feels like it's going to just lift up and go away.
And especially when you're doing like flat out down a straight, because you can't eat, you can't switch it off. You got to keep it full power because
if not, the wind takes it. Yeah, it's worse if you slow down. Yeah.
It's like these bank circuits.
Yeah.
If you're in trouble, you can't back up. Have a look at the rear brake.
I don't understand it. Oh.
Look, the cable running through the frame.
Oh, the cable's going through the frame.
Not lovely?
Oh, the rod.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a cable. It is a cable. I wonder if it would eventually wear through on that bolt, on that nut.
After a million years it would, yeah.
I've never seen one.
You're too
ran
young.
Through the cable. Ran through the frame.
You're too young. That's the TT, how you ride over a wall and boot your carting. Good try.
God, that's crazy right there.
And
Look at that picture.
And he walked away.
Walked away. Yeah, you walked good.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Alan Cathcart.
Why is this here?
Work of art.
Yeah.
Work of art.
I don't even know if I'd call it a work
I don't
of art.
like them either, but people do.
They're very unliked in America.
Eh?
No one in America likes those.
No? Why?
No, I don't know. Yeah. The Harley guys hate them.
Yeah.
And the sports guys don't. They don't want a Harley.
Right, this is my trial selection.
What was your
That's what I made when I was a kid, 17, SHS. Lovely little bike when I look at it.
Okay, so let me. What she told me, what I know from history.
Yeah.
So you started with that aerial.
No, wrong.
No?
I started with that.
Oh yeah, you started with that, but then you got something. But that was your first professional.
Aerials.
Your first professional.
And then I went to Bultaco to Honda, and then the Miller prototype.
But you designed the Bultaco, though, right?
And the Honda, and the Aero.
I mean, I think that you made Bultaco famous.
No question. Put them on the map. Yeah.
They should pay you a lot of money for that.
Get your notebook out. Get your notebook out. Come over here.
I got my notebook out.
Get your notebook out. Come over here. You heard of all these heated tires? This is Formula One, and there's a bloke had it 60 years before them.
Okay.
You didn't hear me.
Yeah, I heard you.
The bloke had heated tires.
Heated tires.
60 years before Formula One. Had the exhaust blown onto the pipe.
That is crazy.
So this goes through. There's a hole in the
Wow.
mudguard, and it goes onto the
I've
tire.
never seen that ever.
You're too young.
So did you design that?
Of course.
You designed that. That is brilliant.
And nobody else twigged on either.
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen anyone else do it.
I'm pleased you didn't.
So that exhaust is blowing right on the tire.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Absolutely. And did it blow all the shit off the tire? You got a
Yeah,
section of
it would
warm
blow all
tire.
it would blow all the mud off the tire too.
Right, that's the high boy. You know the high boy.
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
developed.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
SKC. We're going to do the Miller. We're going to go into production with the Miller, and Andrew Visconti and I designed the engine in Italy.
To me, that would have been a massive hit in the United States.
It would have been, but Miller wasn't brave enough to go into production because it would have mean hiring a factory, ordering 400 wheels, 200 engines.
That's an American.
200 pair of forks.
That's
getting a load of guys to build them.
But that's an American
Doing all
home
the
run
promotion,
right there.
Getting your dealership. getting the warranty claims.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's
it
a
was
lot
the
of
best
work.
move Miller ever made in his life not doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely an American-looking bike, though.
It was we won championships on it. We made 3 prototypes, and that's one of them, you know.
And this is the original.
That's the original.
Oh, I can't
Right, come
scroll
on, the
down.
whole production.
Okay. I don't know why, guys, but I can't scroll down. Okay, we're still at Sammy Miller's and some more British stuff for you. You ever hear of this? OK Supreme OK Lighthouse, 1933. I love it. I really do. It's only $250, but it's pretty nice, man. Pretty nice design. 1933, made in OK Supreme Motors in Birmingham. Very rare bike. Probably the only one you're ever going to see. Love the way they almost like the Panther with that slope and that engine. I think everyone copied everyone at that time. 1948 Zenith. 750cc, which I'm not allowed to say that anymore, because I got kicked off of multiple platforms for saying the name of that engine. Even though I sent them the Wikipedia page, they didn't care. I mean, it's the real name, but not allowed to say it on social media. W.E. Brough, 1919. 680cc inline. You'd think that rear cylinder would get hot, man. You really would. You'd think it would burn up quick. But I guess they didn't. This is a pretty rare one, this bike. I don't think they made very many of these. I'm trying to read some stuff about it. His son, at the time, his son, George Brough, and Brough Superior were working for him. So I guess there were two. I guess it wasn't Brough Superior yet. It was just Brough. But yeah, it's cool. I don't know what you couldn't really ride it on modern day roads today. Just lived out in the country. All days matchless. We got here SOS 4-speed 2-stroke water cooled in 1927. It's pretty advanced. But Sunbeam, Scott's was way earlier. They had water cooled 2-stroke bikes in the teens. But yeah, it's a nice looking bike though. I don't mind the looks of it. It's this crazy thing. Pacer. That's what those bars, man. Look at those bars. That's some crazy shit there. I don't even understand them. I guess this was just a race bike, just pure race bike. Because that wasn't production, that's for sure. Let's see what it says. Manufactured machine, the early days. It's got no lights. It had to be just a race bike. You have no brakes, no brakes, no brakes. No, former assured acceleration was smooth enough. It doesn't say it was for racing. It says they were intentionally built with simplicity. Haven't said that word in a while. Single speed belt, no brakes. These were deliberately designed. Features rather than emissions, however, on the former acceleration. Huh. It's a big V twin though. 1100 cc's. Those bars, man. Never seen anything like it. AJW, 1946. A real pretty bike. New Imperial. Another pretty bike. 500 cc. 3-speed unit. Very rare bike. Very rare bike. Not one you're going to go find. Try to find a New Imperial. You won't find one. Another New Imperial. 350. These are bikes you just can't obtain, man. They're not out there. You just can't find them for any amount of money. 34. This is only 150 cc's. They get smaller as we go down. All the way down to this. 148. All enclosed. Yeah, you just don't find this stuff, man. It just doesn't exist. All right, let's see. I don't know where we started, where we didn't start. There's so much here that, well, there's a name I don't know. Cetos, don't know. 2.5 horsepower, 2-stroke, 1923. Never heard of it. There's a Duncan. It's one crazy bike right there, man. Compressed air controlled swing arm suspension. So it was the very first bike to have a shock with compressed air. And I don't even know what's going on here. I do see a drive shaft. Okay, let me see. 2-speed gearbox with shaft drive, hub brakes, compressed air controlled swing arm suspension. But I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on. Okay, that's just a metal tin over the gearbox. So that tank that looks like a tank is not a tank. It's just a piece of sheet metal going around the gearbox. I like the aesthetics of it though, 'cause you're like, what the hell is that? So I do like the aesthetics of it. And it does have shocks in 1921. So there it is, the first bike in the world with shocks. Pretty cool. 1914 Zenith. There's the man himself, Sammy Miller. How you doing, sir? Pleasure to meet you.
Your words way ahead of you.
I'm going to turn
What are
this
you
off,
doing here?
people. Okay, I don't know if I caught these on the way in. Bob Kohler 4s. 1, 2. This is an Austin engine. And I don't know what this engine is. Let's see if it tells us anything. It's also an Austin 7. Out of cars, Austin cars. Automobiles. But yeah, pretty cool. I can't really get in there because it's kind of in a cove. And I'm not going to walk between bikes. There's a Nimbus. Almost just like the Sunbeam engines, but a little bit cooler. Well, I never heard of this one. Grig. New to me, V-twin. Let's see if we got any information on it. I think we covered this on the way in. 990 cc's, so 1,000 cc V-twin. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to move on to the next room. Give me a minute because I got to walk up some steps. All right, we're in the Norton room at Sammy Miller's, and man, wait till you see this. 88 Norton rotary. Look at the front of that thing. It's crazy. I know a couple people who have these. Dave Bullpen has a rotary Norton. I don't know if he still has it, but he had one, and it's pretty nice. 1949 side valve Dominator Norton. Never seen one. I've never seen this bike. Never seen one. Never seen the engine. Have you guys ever seen one of these? Side valve Norton? I never have. 1937 International Norton. 500cc, 4-speed. It's a pretty bike. 42 Bob Kohler Norton, twin cylinder. Bob Kohler special. I only see this stuff here. Oh my God, look at this. 1930 Speedway. Wasn't very successful though because it was too heavy, but it sure is pretty, man. Sure is pretty. Okay, I guess this is a very famous bike. The oldest known Norton in the world. 1905. The oldest Norton in the world. 1905. Peugeot engine. So a British bike with a French engine. Peugeot French, right? Pretty sure it is. This one, and then you got, this is a 1907, which I think is fantastic looking. Like maybe one of the coolest Nortons. V-twin too. TT model. 1907 Isle of Man races. Wow, they had Isle of Man in 1907? It's crazy. Imagine doing Isle of Man in this thing. There's an original picture. Amazing this stuff still exists, huh? I mean, 1907 is early. It's really early. Pretty fantastic. This Sammy Miller Museum is fantastic. There's stuff everywhere. Like everywhere you look is memorabilia. It's not just motorcycles. But this is his Norton room. Norton 56 350. Horizontal engine, 5 speeds, blind frame. Kind of maybe very influenced by the Falcone and the Condor from Moto Guzzi, because it's pretty similar. Pretty similar. And that Condor and that Falcone were fast. Those Moto Guzzis were fast. The Moto Guzzi is a very old company, so I'll give you a scroll. There you go. Pretty bike, huh? Pretty bike. Here's a dustbin, which were outlawed in 57. This is a 53, and in 57 they outlawed them. The reason why they outlawed dustbins is because you ran around a turn, and the wind gust would just blow you off the track and literally killed riders. The riders died on them. So yeah, 57 was the last year of dustbins. So after 57, no more dustbins. You rarely see them. 1960 Norton Lowboy. Look at that. I've never seen it. I don't think oh yeah, I have. I've seen that engine. 350. Designed by Doug Hale. The Manx Norton. Sammy Miller. We're going to meet Sammy in a little bit. He's out for coffee. There's an 89 rotary police bike. This is what they made these rotaries for, were police bikes. I never seen one with the full everything on it. 66 Norton 650. Almost like a Triumph. I think it actually is. Alright, let's see what else we got. Norton Manx, big bike to race. Norton 500, well 490 really. 500T racer. 53 Norton sidecar. I don't know my Norton, so you guys are going to have to be on your own. There's little information cards, but they don't give you much. This is pretty cool. 37 500cc. I dig it. Look God, that pipe sticks out way out there though. Look at that thing. I don't know if you can see that pipe's really out there. Almost like the back of the fender wheel would hit it. It's pretty close. Norton. Okay, well there's the gist of the Norton room at Sammy Miller's. That's an amazing. This is just one little room. We got like 20 to go. So hang on tight. Here we go. Okay, let's check out some more British stuff here at Sammy Miller's. 39 BSA. 30 Sunbeam. That's look how pretty that thing is. It's pretty nice. Disc valve, inlet, and exhaust. I don't know if I've ever seen this engine. It's pretty nice. 29 BSA sloper. I wonder if they call it sloper because the way that engine sloped. I love that they always had those crazy exhausts. Some of them were like cast aluminum. There's a tank bike. Tank 25, 250. Look at that. BSA Beaver. Oh, Marini engine, Motor Marini. Made by the new BSA company. With an Italian engine. They were good engines though. I remember those engines. They were in everything. They put them in everything and renamed them whatever the bike was. That's a cool little bike. BSA Bantam. There's a pretty bike. A65 Star. They were pretty. They were pretty bikes. They all leaked, but they were pretty. 1955 500. I'm going to run into a roadblock of a lot of people, so we're going to go backtrack. Sorry guys, but I don't want to get, there's a cutaway. Kind of cool. I think I need my light on in here. We're going to go check out some of Sammy's Speedway bikes. There's a Douglas Speedway bike. Lots of Douglases, but not many Speedway bikes. There's a Jawa. Let me scroll. There you go.
A long way to go.
Pretty cool. Oh, that thing's nice and crusty, man. 29 Speedway. Huge. Which I'm not allowed to say this anymore because stupid Meta and YouTube kicked me off for saying that. So I'm not saying it. I refuse. They kicked me off for 6 months. So I'm not saying it. Nice Jawa overhead cam. But I think so fast. Remember, these bikes had no brakes. No brakes. No front brakes, no rear brakes. No Speedway bike has brakes. You just went. You used your feet to slow down. There's a Scott's Speedway bike, which I've never seen a Scott's Speedway bikes. I'm very familiar with Scott's, but I've never seen a Speedway one. Scott's were, I think, probably the first. So this is what you use for your brake. You put that on your shoe, and they were your brakes. I think Scott was probably the first liquid-cooled bike. They go all the way back into the single digits, 1909, 1910, I think. I know I seen one in Italy. It was really early. This is a 1930, but they were around way before that. I know into the early 20s, at least. And they were all liquid-cooled. Definitely ahead of their day. There's a Mako. Look at that. What's with that crazy suspension? That is heavy duty, man. What's going on? Oh, two-wheel drive. A two-wheel drive Mako. That's crazy. I never knew one existed. I'm behind a gate here, so I can't really. Designed by Dave Watts, 1980. Test British Army, cross country. That thing's heavy duty drive, man. Regular suspension, that's just the drive unit. Driving that front chain. Wonder how it did. Doesn't say. Some of them say they weren't very successful. This one doesn't say anything. Huh. I know this engine's got all the power you want. But two-wheel drive. Huh. Wonder if it would be good as a hill climber. Never heard of that bike, but there's that engine. I can't say the name again because they'll kick me off. Okay, this is the. No, I'm in the wrong section. There's a section of bikes just for women. But we're gonna get to those. Some of these brands I've never heard of, like that. Never heard of it. Grigg, Grigg. Huh. Never heard of it. Scott Super Superior. SYC Auto. I don't know if I know that one either. Tiny little engine. 98 cc's. It's pretty tiny for 98. It looks like it'd be smaller. There's a Woolard. 1929 Woolard. I always dug that front end. I stole that from like the early bicycles, I think. Also, it's parallel twin. Cylinder going that way, cylinder going this way. The rear cylinder probably starved for air though. You would think, right? And there's a rear engine. Engine's in the back wheel. Here's another one of my favorites, a Woolard, 1955 Woolard 500. Flat 4, they called them. Really pretty bike though. Really cool bike. And of course, you guys know I love Roomies. Motor Roomie Turismo. It's only 125, but it's a twin two-stroke. So, you probably did 100 miles an hour. Because 125, two-stroke, it's like a 250 four-stroke. But it's 80 miles an hour. But Roomies are really well quality built. These were all hand built by Roomie at his house. I've been there. He's long dead now, but these bikes were so high quality. More than anyone else at the time in Italy. They were just really quality made. And everything was made in-house. Nothing was farmed out. But yeah, really cool bikes. 1955 Super Sport model. What makes a Super Sport? Winner of 10 world champions. Wow. Honda produced a number of road-going models of typical Italian lightweights. They were pretty bikes. I've never owned one. In the States, they're just really difficult to find any parts for. You have to be a fanatic about them, and I'm not a fanatic about searching for parts. Okay, Holy Grail bike here. Holy Grail. This is a Holy Grail bike. V8, 1957 Moto Guzzi V8. It's a factory bike, guys. 80 horsepower, 14,000 RPMs. And you say, oh, 80 horsepower is nothing. Back then it was, in 1957. 5-speed gearbox. This bike was a big deal, man. Look at the exhaust. Exhaust was so cool, man. V8. 500cc V8. Fantastic bike, man. But remember, this was 1957. What happened in 1957? They outlawed dustbins. So it didn't really get raced because they outlawed dustbins. And another totally Holy Grail bike, the Porcupine. This is a very famous bike. It's been in a ton of magazines, ton of everything. And I'll get the other side of it. Another Rumi. Rumi was such a quality motorcycle company. 1960 Rumi, 4-cylinder, just an amazing bike. Okay, this was Motovilla. It was 4-cylinder 250cc layout, designed by the great brothers Walter and Francisco Villa. Unfortunately, in the 70s, the FIM changed the rules of the 250 Grand Prix to twin cylinders, so they got screwed. They didn't allow 4 cylinders. So they did all the work building this bike in 69, and in 70, they changed the rules that it only could be a twin. So, or this bike would have dominated. And same thing happened to this bike. They made this bike, and the very next year, they outlawed dustbins. So both these bikes got screwed in the race world. So, unfortunate. But that's what happened. All right, let's move on. We got a lot to cover. And they got so many cool stuff. 1950 Bond mini bike, but look at how you spell bike. B-Y-K-E. But it's really cool. That thing is awesome. All of them. I mean, look at that OVC, 1932. Once again, we're at Sammy Miller's. Famous trials racer, but he also road raced too. And all his stuff is here. The bikes that he raced. This is an ice racer. Could be good in Minnesota. Very cool. Over here we have a Suzuki GT750, and it's nice. That's real nice. Morgan. V-twin Morgan. What we got back in the doorway there? A BSA. 1926. BSA police bike. You don't see too many of those. 250 police bike. Gotta be pretty slow. Look, it's got a little phone on the gas tank. Pretty crazy. Another BSA. Okay, we're gonna go into the museum, and this place, I'm telling you, is the best of the best, man. I mean, this is. If you ever get to come to the UK, you make sure you come to Sammy Miller's. Just, this place has the nicest stuff I've ever seen anywhere. Grindlay Peerless, 1925, 1000cc, V-twin. How pretty's that, man? It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let me go on the other side because I need those info cards because I don't know everything. And I don't claim to know everything or anything. 1935 Triumph 650. Here's one of my favorites, man. Look at this. A Scots. This is such rare. You don't understand how rare. This is maybe one of one. I don't know of another one in the world. A 1935 3-cylinder Scots. And it is pretty rare. I mean, this is, like I said, I don't know of another one anywhere. Look at the radiator grill. It's just friggin' awesome, man. Just top of the line right there. Such a rare bike. You'll never see another one. This is it. I don't know of another one in the world. I really don't. And I've been to a lot of motorcycle museums. I don't know of another one in the world. And everything in this motorcycle runs and is driven. Everyone except 3, I think they said to me. We'll ask Sammy. We're going to see Sammy in a little bit. Grindlay Peerless. It's the second one of those I've seen. Rough Superior. V-twin 1000 3-speed, 1928. Another really pretty bike. Another Rough Superior, 1929 Black Alpine. Okay, we're going to go back this way. Triumph row. Oh, I don't know what this 2-stroke twin-cylinder Triumph, really. I've never seen one. 1956. Two-stroke. Triumph. Two-stroke. I'm confused. I love it though. I think it's really cool. 1956. Never knew it happened. Learn something new every day. Bandit SS 349, 350, 1970 Triumph. I've never seen it either. But we are in the UK, so Tiger, nice little bikes. There's what we call the bathtub. The 3TA 350. Tiger 500, nice bike. And the famous Trident. All nice bikes. Okay, let's move on. What's going on, guys and girls? Nick. Today we are at Sammy Miller's in the UK. You're going to see stuff you've never, ever seen before. This is just the entryway, just the doorway. I mean, come on, look at that. Fantastic. Okay, we're back. I had to stop and talk to some people, but we're back. More roomies. 1961 roomie. The Junior Gentleman. 125 two-stroke. Go scroll, there you go. 54 roomie. Roomies were just, I'm telling you, these are some of the highest quality bikes ever made. There's the big 900 Benelli Say. I don't think I've ever seen this paint scheme from the factory, and I don't think it existed. I think someone did this with the knee pads there and all. I could be 100% wrong. It could be totally bone stock, but I've never seen it. And we will be at the Benelli Museum next week, and I'm going to ask him, show him this. But I don't think I think someone did this bike with the red piping. But I could be totally wrong. It looks pretty original, and the bike's got no miles on it. So 1,000 miles. Oh no, it's not original because it's got 6 pipes on it. They never made a Say with 6 pipes. I mean a 900 with 6 pipes. They were all 6 in the 2. The 750 had 6, and this, I don't think this was chrome. I think they were black, but I'm not. I said it could be totally bone stock, but I don't think it is. I think it was painted, the decals were at it, the knee pads were at it. The red piping, I think, was at it. But we'll find out. The engine was definitely never, well, 900, I don't know. With 750, I could say for sure the engine cases were never black. But I think this is custom. It doesn't say who owned. Owner, Sammy Miller. So maybe when we see Sammy, we'll ask him. But I don't think it's stock. And there's a Benelli 254 4-cylinder, which is blue, but they're all red underneath. They're all red plastic painted. MV Augusta, 1958, 175. The most sold Benelli in history, Leoncino. Little Lion. They sold more of those than any other bike. Still probably today, they make a Leoncino today too. And it's very big in Argentina. 1954 Caparola 50. 149cc twin. Let's see what we got here. I'm seeing who that was in that magazine riding it. It's a pretty bike. I had it. It's so slow. Too slow for modern day roads. You would get run over. Hey, there we are. Say hi. Maserati. Maserati made bikes. And you know who made them? The daughter. The daughter of Maserati made them up. They gave her a job making batteries, and she got bored making batteries for the car, and she started making motorcycles. The daughter, but they only lasted, I believe, 2 years. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was only 53 and 54, and then they killed it. They did make an attempt to make some MotoGP brakes. Maserati did. I had one. I stupidly sold it. Can't believe I sold that front hub. It's very stupid of me. Okay, Ducati, 1967. Really cool looking. Look at that thing. You gotta admit, it's cool. For a little bike, it's cool. It is a piece of art, man. Really a piece of art. Jelly mold Ducati. Those tanks are so crazy, man. I mean, look at. I don't know if you can see it on film, but look at how they made those tanks. They're so just. They call them jelly molds because they're just look like you made it in a jelly mold. I don't know how they made them. Some of them have really high points. That's a nice bike. Perilla, never seen this before. Horex Perilla, 90cc, two-stroke. Almost looks like an aerial leader style bike. This era, 59, 58, a lot of stuff looked like this. It's kind of the trend at the time. Hi, Tom. I've seen these in Italy. I forget, there was a story behind them, and I forget what it was. And I don't have my glasses to see that, so I'm not reading that. 50cc, very popular and successful in racing in the 50s. So 50cc racing was popular. Morbidelli was the king of small bore racing. So he has the most, I believe, Italian GP wins of anyone. Ducati, 69. I don't know why. I never fell in love with single Ducatis. A lot of guys are in love with them. I just never did it. It's a pretty bike. Galera. They say Galera in Italy, but I think French say Galera. It's a pretty basic one there. 1974, that's why. 1974, everyone was cutting costs, making stuff as simple as possible. Oh, look at that, pretty Moto Morini. It's a pretty bike. It's little, but it's pretty. Here's the best Moto Morini ever made, the 3.5 V-twin. Literally indestructible bike. They really are, man. I think this is one of the most underrated motorcycles ever made. I really do. This bike was way ahead of its time in that period. 1978. Everything was very well made, man. This is kilometers, so that's why it says 200. 10,000 RPM, red line. But yeah, they were bulletproof engines. 3.5 V-twin. I think one of the most underrated bikes made. Just really indestructible. You could literally buy this and ride it for the rest of your life. As good, I'd go out on a limb and say, as good as a Japanese bike. And I'm serious, they're as good as a Japanese bike. They would run that long. Not saying that other bikes wouldn't. I mean, big V-twin Harleys would go 200,000 miles, so I've seen it. But so would this. Moto Morini single. I can't do singles anymore. I can't. I'm too old, can't kickstart them. Okay. 1949 Moto Guzzi. Aeron Sport. I was looking for something, but I don't see it on the information card. This engine is another one that's just a very underrated engine. These things ran forever, man, because they were tractor quality. They were overbuilt, and they don't break. You could ride this bike for the rest of your life. And they're fast. They're very high red line. And they'll move out, especially later when you get into the 500 Falcone. This bike right here, 35, 500. These engines are just bulletproof, man. And it really, you gotta admit, that's a pretty bike. I mean, it's just a pretty bike. Here's a little baby. 73 cc's. Good around town though. If you lived in a little town in Italy, that's all you need. 1921 Zenith. They were made from 1904 to 1950. This is a oil-cooled inline twin. Inline twin. Oh, they're parallel, so you got a cylinder going that way and a cylinder going that way. You would think that rear cylinder would starve for air, though, man. You would think. Besides that flywheel. Counterweight, flop counterweight. Royal Enfield. A Wolf. Never heard of it. 1914 Wolf. Wolf motorcycles. Also known as Wearwell and Wolf Ruma during their earlier years. Huh. A lot of the engines were built by the Stephen brothers, who became AJS. Didn't know that. Due to economic situations, ceased production in the mid-20s. It's always economic reasons, huh? All Days Matchless. I've never seen All Days. I've seen tons of Matchless, but not All Days. All Days Matchless. Huh. That's a cool looking Royal Enfield. 1927. 225 two-stroke. $1904 Carry. New one to me too. 3.5 horsepower. There's a pretty nice Raleigh. Pretty looking bike. 1927. Big single. No, it's actually not that big, 350. Okay, now I forget where I started, where I didn't, because this place is so big. But I think we got everything in this room. So we're gonna move to the next room. There's a Whippet, 1919, just in case. I'm pretty sure I got this bike, but in case I didn't, two-wheel drive Mako. Pretty crazy. All right. We're going to move to the next room, so just bear with me. This is a huge museum. It's going to take us a good hour to go through it. So here we go. Okay, let's go. More but this place is endless, man. So here we go. There's Sammy right there. He talks to everyone, man. 90-some years old, and he's still riding. He's still riding trials, man. Okay, so he explained a couple bikes to me that I didn't know about. So I always knew this bike, OK Supreme, but and I know people called it the Lighthouse. See, the Lighthouse. But I never understood why it was called the Lighthouse. So he just explained it to me. It's because that little window to make sure that oil is going up there. And that's why it's called the Lighthouse. And it got to be known as the Lighthouse. The company never used the name the Lighthouse, but everyone called it the Lighthouse because of that window. Pretty cool. Pretty good story. There was another bike I wanted to show you guys that he pointed out to me, and now I can't find it. I asked him, did these rear cylinders, I said, don't know rear cylinders overheat? You would think they'd overheat. He goes, oh, they do. So the rear cylinders overheated. I want to find this one bike that he was showing me. I see it. Wait till you see this thing, man. Oh, this is pretty cool too. Francis Burnett Pullman. I never heard the Pullman part. Francis Burnett Pullman. Sammy's an awesome guy, man. And now I know why this place is as nice as it is, because he lives here. He's living with his collection. Unless you're living with your collection, it doesn't. I mean, look at this. Unless you're living with your collection, you don't have a collection like this. These are all his trophies. Look, Sammy's trophies. There's how many trophies this guy won. This one man has won all these trophies. It's a lot. I'll show you his very first trophy. I think it's in this room. Where is it? He showed it to me, but I probably won't be able to find it. I don't remember what it looked like. He said that was my very first trophy. It was just a little tiny cup. I don't see it, but it was that little cup like that. But it's not that one. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to bikes. Okay. This is a Duncan. He just showed me another one that is not tin, it's aluminum. And it's a crazy gear system under there that starts this bike. But let me get to the bike. This thing. This is crazy, man. I mean, insane. 1948 Red Rup radio. Look at that. How cool was that, man? And look how they did it. So all 3 cylinders are getting there. One out the front, 2 angled. It's pretty fantastic, man. I mean, got it. I think probably my favorite thing here so far. There's a lot. I mean, I'd have a million favorites, but this is pretty cool. You gotta admit, it's pretty cool. Shame it's only $250, but it's still cool. Really, really cool. I mean, that thing's just never seen anything like it. Very special. Let's see what's. We're built by Charles Redup, who was an aircraft engineer. That makes sense. They offered 2 other models. She was built by Charles and his son John. Doesn't really give you a time of when they made. This was 1948. Doesn't give you a time of how many they made or how long the company lasted. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool bike. Never seen anything like it. So we got a lot to see. So, and I'm going to take a lunch break with Sammy in a couple of minutes. So this is another really cool one. Coventry Eagle. Really, really pretty bike. Let's see if you can get the look at that thing, but it's nice. Very nice. He's got an amazing collection. Near car. The American British Company. This started out in Syracuse, New York, or Rochester, New York. I think it was Syracuse, New York, and then moved to the UK. Yeah, Syracuse. It started in Syracuse, and then it was moved to Kingston, UK. Began British production in 1921, but it is an American bike. This one's not. This one was made in the UK, but they were made in America, Syracuse, New York. I like to ride one to see how it rides, because it's pretty crazy. They were definitely pretty crazy looking. He has so much great stuff, man. I mean, one of everything. He's like, touch it, because it's the last one you'll ever touch. It's like, put your hands on it, because you'll never put your hands on another one. So, all right, we're going to go to a new room, so stay with me, guys. This is a very large museum, and it's going to take me all day to shoot it. So, God, just endless how much cool stuff he has. Endless. All right, be back in, well, just keep watching. Okay, we're heading into the ladies' bike section. All these bikes were made for women, and they're pretty cool. I like them. I would ride any one of them. Women's are not. 1921. Kenilworth scooter. I don't know if this was directly made for women, but it is really cool. That little engine just sticking out of there. It's pretty cool. I dig it. There's a Kingsbury. I like this one better with that engine just coming out of there. This one's more traditional. But we're going to get in here. These were all literally made for women. This is made for the ladies' market. 1921 Stafford. Look at that. How pretty that is, man. That's just so cool. I don't know why. I'm just very drawn to this era of stuff. Like I lived then. Like, to me, that's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen right there. Mechanically. Just mechanically. I get that straight. Yeah, that's just fantastic. Pretty cool, man. Designed by T.J. John. Later, Alvis Car Company. Never heard of them. It's 150 cc's. It probably cruised, man. Just one speed. Royal Enfield, but see how it was made for women with the low bar. It's like bicycles. Royal Enfield Excelsior. Two-stroke Villars. 150 cc, made for women. And I'm guessing that's the man's version. So there's the women's version, man's version. Women's version, same bike, man's version. I don't know why. I always wondered when I was a kid, I think it should be the other way around. Because, men got nuts to protect. That's protect your nuts. This one won't. I always thought they got it backwards. I really did. I'm like, they did it because of women's skirts. But I still think it should have been the other way around. Bust your nuts on the front top bar. Okay, these, they don't have the men's models, so this is a 24 Beardmore ladies model, actually called a ladies model. I got the light coming in from outside, so it's hard to shoot it. Let me see if I can turn the light on. Yeah, I can, but it doesn't make any difference because nothing overpowers the sun, even though it's a cloudy day. But yeah, cool bike. Villa set. Look at how they did that aluminum piece over the cylinder. Really cool, man. I think that's actually part of the... Is it part of the mounting system? I think... No, I don't know what it's for. I guess just direct decoration. But it's cool. Definitely cool. You had to be in there. Back in these days, I don't know if you guys ever ridden pre-war bikes. It's not easy, man. You got a lot of controls going on, like a lot. So you got just on the handlebars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levers just on the handlebars. So you got okay, this has no front brake, so it's got a rear brake. So one of these is rear brake. One of them's going to be timing. One's going to be choke. And one's going to be a throttle because they don't have a throttle. I'm guessing this is the throttle. Let me double check that. Carburetor cable. Nope, that's the throttle on that side. This is choke. And then rear brake and a clutch. And then that's gear selector. So it's a lot to deal with, man. And no, it's got a rear brake lever. Yeah, a lot to remember back in those days. Radco, ladies model. I've never seen such a collection of ladies models. Pretty cool. Here's a brand I don't know. IXION. Oxon. I don't even know how to pronounce it. There's the men's version. There's the ladies' version. Which I still think they got backwards. I'm sorry. I think this should have been the men's. That should have been the ladies. But cool. Very cool collection. Another one, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Clylade. Ladies model. Built from 1919 to 1926. Got a little bit of a run. Front engine. Front drive. Oh, Is it twin? Nope, just one engine on that side. And then a chain drive over to this side. Just kind of weird. So the engine on one side, transmission on the other. That's what's going on there. Guessing a 2-speed. Little fuel tank up front. There's a screw motor. See a lot of these in Italy. I wouldn't mind having one. ABC screw motor. They're pretty cool, man. And they got really neat little engines. Look at that engine. It's pretty cool, man. I see them around Italy. I always wanted to buy one. This is a really complete one with the air pump and all. They're hard to come by complete. So they got trashed. I mean, it's old. Yeah, pretty cool. There's a screw motor engine sitting right there. That's this whole section right there. Yeah, I always liked them. I thought they were cool. They made a couple of varieties of them, models. All right, we're gonna go to a new room. If I repeat myself in rooms, I'm sorry. This place is very confusing. It has a lot of rooms, and you forget where you've been and where you haven't been. So if you see something twice, don't freak out on me. I'll tell you, some people really picky, man. Like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why are you so moving the camera so much? I get a lot of people like that. I get a lot of nice people too, but yeah, don't get mad if I shoot something twice. Okay, Bradshaw, 1926. Oil-cooled engine, Burn 3-speed, hand change gearbox. Pretty cool. It was in very rough condition when they bought it. They do all the full restorations here. So, I guess that's what it looks like when they got it. It looks like a lot missing. The other side of the engine's crazy looking. It almost looks like just a radial aircraft cylinder. I wonder how it stays cool. It's not liquid cooled. It's got no cooling fins at all. I would think it would overheat. Stranger. Okay, I think we've been here. But I'm going to shoot this P&P because Packman and Pope. Now I know I've heard of Pope. I've never heard of Packman. That's pretty cool though, man. 1000cc V-twin. Pretty nice. Very nice. We'll finish this roll, then I'll go to a new room. I think I've already shot some of these, so don't hate me. It's a big bike for only a 250. That one's 1000cc. It's only 250. I don't even know how to say that. P&M Panthet. I'm guessing that's what it is. Panthet. Made by the Panther Company. I knew it was Panther motorcycles. This is cool too. Francis Burnett. That looks like it's very overbuilt, like tractor quality. When you see these gearboxes like that, with a big gear shifter sticking out, that stuff lasts forever. I'm guessing that's the charging system up front, like Sunbeam, which is not the best in the world, but yeah, he's got so much stuff here. Ricardo Triumph. Look, I mean, just look at Chapter Lee. Never heard of it. You ever heard of that? Chapter Lee, 1930. Really pretty though. I mean, look at that. It's fantastic. Really fantastic. All right, I'm gonna go to a different room. So keep watching, guys. I'm not going anywhere. What's going on, people? Ellie Nick. Today we're at the Sammy Miller Museum in the UK. And I don't know if you know Sammy Miller, but he's done a lot of stuff in the motorcycle world. Pretty much put Taco on the map at one point, but he did a lot of things. So we're here now, and we're gonna go in, and you know what? There's Sammy right there at the door. Okay, in a new room. Here we go. Wait a minute. This is it. Yeah, this is the 4-cylinder. The 4-cylinder 350. This is a really fast bike, man. They weighed nothing, and they were 80 horsepower, 80 rear brake horsepower, which is fast. As fast as just about anything you were going to ride in 1969. 80 horsepower at the rear wheel. It was a lot in 69. Yeah, this is a very rare bike, very hard to find. He has a lot of really hard to find stuff here. So step 4 2-cylinders down there, 2 up here, liquid cooled, 2 carbs on each side. Really fast bike. This is one of my wish bikes. I don't have many. I don't have many. This is one of them. But can't find one. And if you do, they're crazy money. DKW and a hand hammered tank. 3-cylinder 350. So you got two cylinders going up, 1 cylinder going out. Now, other companies did the same setup, but the cylinder going out was actually a compressor. So it sucked air into the cylinders. But this is not. This is a real 3-cylinder. I like the little screen on the carb. I'm going to have to do something like that with that little BSA I got from Barry, because I cannot find any air cleaner to fit it. I dig those. They're cool. I wonder if I can find those somewhere. I'm going to have to ask Sammy who has those. Look at this beaut. AJS. What do we got going on here? It's 1, 2. It's just a twin. Double overhead cam twin. The detail into that engine, man. It's crazy. The amount of work that they put into stuff back then. They called these the porcupine bikes. 1949. I believe it's a 49. There's no information here. Oh yeah, right there it says 49. Porcupine. They call them porcupine because of all those fins, all crazy. But there must have been something wrong because they didn't keep them. It was a 1 or 2 year only thing, and then they ditched it. So there must have been a reason why they ditched it, because they ditched it. But yeah, it's cool. Massive tank. AJS. No information on any of these bikes. I like to have something. Oh no, here's some information. 39, 500cc, supercharged, liquid cooled. Oh yeah, there's the compressor right there. There's the compressor running off the back of the end of that crank, and then going to the primary, and then the drivetrain. So you got 3 chains. Man, it's really cool, man. Like really cool. Actually being liquid cooled, 1939. A lot of people did superchargers and liquid cooled in 39. Benelli did, Moto Guzzi did. Like a lot of companies did this in 39. I think they were all copying each other, because everyone had a supercharger and everyone had liquid cooled in 39. And then it was all gone because the war came. The war ended a lot of advancement for motorcycles. I think we would have been a lot farther than we were. All right, let's move on to the next room. Okay. There it is. One of my favorites in the whole, anywhere. Just because the way they did that curve in that engine, man. 1957 4-cylinder double overhead cam 500. Really cool bike. Big money too, man. AJS. Look at that crazy front suspension. This thing's been all nickel plated. Earl's BSA. First light alloy frame built by Ernie Earls. Designed by Earl's Forks. Huh. So it's not nickel plated, it's all what do you call that metal? The alloy. That's what this is. There's numbers and letters, I forget what they called it. Rickman's had them too. It's a heck of a frame, man. Look at the work in that frame. It's pretty intense. That's a nice bike. I don't really love the trailing front end though, because when you let off the gas, when you brake real hard, nothing happens. And then when you let off the gas, it kind of comes up. My Beamer has that. I don't know, it's hard to get used to. But all these bikes did it. They all did that same thing. EMCs, man, they were crazy bikes. They did some crazy, crazy shit. They did. This company did crazy shit, man. They made a lot of weird looking machines. They were definitely outside of the box. Where were they out of? Let's see if I can find out. I know their engines were used by a lot of companies like DKW and Push, but I don't know where they were made out of. We'll find out. I'm guessing here in the UK. Another one, EMC. Another EMC. Look at that, twin Rotax merged together. 250, 2 inline stroke Rotax. That had to be crazy fast, man. I always wanted to do that. I had to make a gearbox though, because I find those engines all the time out of snowmobiles, but I don't know how to put them in a bike because you need a gearbox. DKW. Beautiful AJS, 1938. Really pretty. Production, little taco racer. Another AJS. Some magnesium magnesium engine covers. That's why they're painted gold, to protect the magnesium from getting crusty. So they've got to be factory race bikes. The matchless, same. That Honda RS 250 production racer. They were the fastest, I think the fastest lap times for MotoGP bikes this era. They were crazy fast, man. If you rode this bike, you'd be shocked how fast it is for a little tiny 250. I'm telling you, man, the small bore bikes. I had this bike, not this exact one, but I had this, a 66 Greaves 250, and I sold it to Denny from Sport Wheels, and I shouldn't have sold it. It was a screamer, man, screamer. I'd like to get it back from him, but I don't know if he'll sell it back to me. DMW. Hornet, 250 Hornet, 1965. '66 Royal Enfield with the one-piece like a Tracy body. Not a Tracy body though, but let's see if we can get any information on what this is. This body. Just says it was a racing model. Jeff Duke. Nope, nothing to do with anyone we know. Just says Jeff Duke, who was employed by two-stroke expert Sammy Miller to develop the engine, but nothing about the body. Pretty crazy body though, especially for 1966. It's almost laid out like a drag bike. It's so long. Very long bike. Crazy engine. Honda GP Works bike. 250. Just crazy fast, man. There's a Cotton Telstar. They were cool bikes. Cotton made a lot of cool stuff. Cotton's been around for a long time, man. They made a lot of stuff. Look at that. XR 750 TT. Here you go. XR 750 Honda TT. I mean Harley Davidson TT, right? So this is a 750cc V-twin 4-speed factory race bike. Would never even compete in the slightest way with this 250 Honda. I mean, not even slightly. It would be no competition. The 250 Honda will smoke it, maybe even lap it. It would. And two strokes are fast, man. Just crazy fast. Wouldn't even be competition. Not taking anything away from the Harley, but it's a different class, man. Yeah, there's Francis Burnett. Brooklyn's Racer. Pretty. What you would do with it. Artwork. Yami. TRX 850R. I don't believe we had this bike did we have a TRX 850 in the States? I don't believe we did. I don't believe we had this bike in the States. I think this was European only. Maybe Canada. TRX 850R, I don't think we got. I don't think this bike was sold in the United States. I mean, this is a factory race bike, but I don't think the factory one was sold in the United States. Not to my knowledge. Fruin, 1961. Okay, this is pretty cool. Check this out. That's 4 single-cylinder engines put together in one. 4 Delordos, all straight up and down, and 4 exhaust pipes. You gotta admit, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Pretty crazy frame, too. Okay, look at it. They couldn't find a right pair of shocks. They just welded another one. Oh, no, that's just for adjustment. Yeah, that was just height adjustment. So if you wanted to change the height adjustment of racing, you just dropped it to the lower one. Pretty cool. Once again, these old tires stay soft, man, because that tire's soft as butter. I don't know what they did with tires. They're not soft. They don't stay soft anymore. I like this bike. It's very unusual. This was built by Bert Fruin, using 4 NSU engines. It's definitely cool. I mean, it's neat. I'm sure it's not crazy fast or anything, but it's probably pretty fun to ride, and definitely would steal the show anywhere it went. Look at it. I'm trying to see how he's got a gearbox hooked up. So, okay, he's running off of between those 2 engines. So between the 4 engines, he's got 2 engines on one side, 2 engines on the other side, and I guess just the crank's running through, and he's running off the crank to that chain down to the primary chain to the gearbox, and then the drivetrain. So I guess not that complicated, a little machine work, but yeah, definitely cool. All right, let's keep moving on. Okay, a recap on a couple bikes. 1914 Zenith. High-low gear, so there's high, there's low. But the lever goes down to this gear, and I'm not figuring out how it goes to high and low because I only see that one gear. There's no other gear on either one of them, so I don't understand how it's going into a different gear unless I'm missing something. And I don't see anything back here. And the chain is going to the other side, which I don't even know where the hell that's going. Wait a minute, what's driving this thing? Oh, it's a shaft drive. It's a shaft drive right there, right? Because there's nothing over there. It's got to be a shaft drive to the rear wheel. Oh no, it's a belt drive right there. Huh, I'm confused. I don't know how this is doing anything. I don't understand. Someone explain it to me, please. Anyway, I want to show you that. And then this is really cool. So, 1921 Duncan. The very first bike with air suspension. So, shock on the other side, this tube right here, going all the way around to the other shock, and right there is an air fill. It's the very first bike with air suspension. Air-controlled swinging arm suspension. 1921. 1921. Triumph didn't get rear shocks and rear swing arm until like the 40s. They didn't have a swing arm. They were rigid. Pretty cool, man. The history of motorcycles. It's pretty cool. All right, let's move on. Got a lot to see. Okay, here's the last room of Sammy Miller's. And this was a treat of my life because it was not just a great museum. The details in this place, the attention to detail is above and beyond any place I've been. So, and just the sweetest people. Sharon, who's the GM here, is just fantastic, and Sammy's just a really nice guy. So I'm going to show you the last room, and we're going to move on. Okay, this thing is massive, man. The Mammoth Munch, 1200 cc 4-cylinder, 120 miles an hour, but it weighed a lot, 433 pounds dry. Big bike, man. I think they're cool. I always kind of wanted one. All right, let's start over here. There's so much here. They turned the lights off on me, so I'm going to have to do it in the dark. This also was designed by Sammy Miller when he worked for Bultaco. I'm not Osa Bultaco. When he worked for Bultaco, he designed this bike for trials for Bultaco. Then he got hired by Honda and worked for Honda designing this bike. Didn't race for Honda though, but he first started with Ariel and he designed and raced this bike. Then he got hired by Bultaco to design this bike. So that's the story of that. Let's see what else in here that I want to show you before I leave because it's closing. So I didn't make it all in one day. Maybe it was just one of my favorite cool looking bikes is this Victoria 1954. And look at that view of that engine, but they're really slow. I don't mind some slow bikes, but they're dangerous in today's world. Not enough speed to get out of your own way. And we're gonna go get a picture. I want to steal a picture with Sammy. Hey, we just saw this bike at the Mecum auction, Victoria DKW. Went for 10 grand. CBX, Super Sport. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys watching, man. And remember, I have like 5 more museums this week, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, man. It's a busy, busy month. I'll be in Europe all month shooting really cool stuff. So, it's on that. DKW, Rotary, Wankel. Pretty cool. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow.